I guess I'll read my poem now, Looking at Women. I guess one thing about this poem is that it isn't ambiguous. There's no question about, any of the motivations of the women involved, or what they're doing, or why. Not knowing where to rest my eyes, where to hide my glance, if I didn't see the men on the streets, or the man behind the grocery counter, or the man in the drugstore, I would not have to feel them leering at me, their hatred mowing me down, their curiosity, their triumph at being able to threaten a woman, insult her, and still sell her something. So I learned to look at the sidewalk, to look at the air, to look into the distance, to look away, to look at my companion, a woman, and talk about anything so we could look at each other. I learned to opaque my face and peek around corners of my inattention, watching for sudden moves, waiting to be attacked openly instead of in secret, with mumbled words and looks that could be denied. My companion was a woman. People asked us if we were sisters. They asked us in order to force us to lie about our relationship. Because we were constantly together, because we were lovers, because we could not protect each other. We could not protect each other. We stood by our apartment door and listened to the neighbors talk about us in the hall. They'll never get married. Do you think that's right? They'll never get married. We didn't want to go out. We wanted to stay home all our lives with the roaches and the window gates, waiting for our parents to come and drag us away, or kill us on the spot, waiting for the heterosexual Gestapo. We tried to cook beautiful meals and talk all night and heal each other with trust. We painted the floor and patched the plaster that cracked again every month. We painted paintings no one saw and wrote poems and plays only for ourselves. We deluded ourselves that we were artists passing through a terrible time. We went to work in clothes we did not want to wear, and to school where we became minds to be trained in ancient mythology. We never learned how to protect our bodies, how to survive and be proud. At work I thought a lot about being a lesbian. I made love with a woman but could never mention it. I loved a woman but could not mention it. I lived with a woman, but I always said I lived alone. I went to the movies at the zoo with a woman. I developed opinions together with a woman, but I always said, I went, I think, while the heterosexuals bragged about their big dates, their plans for marriage, or how they hated being married. Everyone asked, do you have a boyfriend? I answered, sure, I have several. At school, I tried to make friends with my 2 male homosexual teachers, but they hated women. If there were no women, all men would be homosexual, and no one would have to be homosexual. Besides, they were still men and had the right to look down on me, even if the world hated them for loving other men and being part women themselves. I walk the streets thinking all these people hate me, all these men and the women attached to them hate me. All these people that make me lie, that make me not exist, don't want me to exist, they want to kill me. And therefore, I want to kill them. I want to kill all these people, all these men and women, because if you gave any one of them a gun and lined up a row of people in front of them and told them which one was homosexual and told them they could shoot one person, they would shoot the homosexual. So I want to line up with a gun and I want to know which one of these people is heterosexual. I had read the penalties for deviant sex in every state in America, but I still wanted to know what my crime was. Was my crime touching a woman's genitals with my hand or mouth or body? Was my crime having another woman touch my genitals with her hand or mouth or body? Was my crime 2 women doing these things together at the same time? My crime was not doing these things with a man. And this crime was to be my identity, my label, my secret, my non-existence, and the only time I could be completely myself. I was not expected to go insane. I was not expected to complain. I was expected to see a psychiatrist if I had difficulty functioning. I did not expect my family to try not to destroy my life if I told them. I had stopped seeing my heterosexual friends because they couldn't stop telling me to stop being a lesbian. My lesbian friends kept saying, I like my job, no one bothers me, I'm happy. My private life is my own business. I don't look like a lesbian, although some people suspect. I keep them guessing. Women's liberation, gay liberation, the movement, I am told, my lifestyle will destroy capitalism. Women are talking to each other, admitting what they denied. It is hard to be a woman, hard to be a lesbian, hard to be a heterosexual, hard to lie about important things, almost impossible to respect yourself. For a year, I hardly write or speak. I join consciousness-raising groups, go to all the gay actions and have my face in 1,000 photographs, go to women's liberation meetings. I am told we will work in groups, not as individuals. I am told there are no leaders. Our strength is in numbers. But I don't feel in control of my life. I see leaders everywhere. I ask them if they are leaders, and they tell me no, it's my imagination. Why do I keep seeing leaders? Is it because I'm bitter about something? I know each of my sisters has sat locked in a still room with a mirror, a desk, and a window, dreaming someday I'll go out and save that world, make it a place where I can be honest, where I can be happy, happily struggling. I understand how long each of us was locked up with herself, how each self became goddess-like in dreams compared to our real powerlessness. A woman looks into my face and sees herself. I look into her face and I do not see myself. I see her looking into other women's faces and seeing herself. I ask her if what I see is true and she tells me no. Now I'm looking for myself, and I get frightened because I didn't know it would be so hard to call myself back to reality. I thought I might be the person I saw when I was alone. I thought I might be the person a woman said she loved. I thought I might be the rage that wanted to turn and kill my murderers. I thought I might be the shout and the explosion that would destroy society, not capitalism, but all societies in the world today, for making honest love between women a crime. But I am suspicious of any woman who tells me she has seen her own face, knows what her voice sounds like, the shape of her body, or how her hands feel to themselves. We must all look at each other. I must look at you. We must stare our eyes out at each other. I must stare my eyes out at you.